What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're going to be watching a video titled Canada Offers Disabled Veteran Aid to Die when she asks for a stair lift. If you have no clue what's going on in Canada right now, you are allowed to legally get medically assisted suicide in Canada, which is called euthanasia. However, this year they have been ramping it up way more. They've been normalizing it. It's literally, there's a clothing store that has a commercial about it.
Last breaths are sacred. When I imagine my final days, I see bubbles. I see the ocean. I see music. Even now, as I seek help to end my life, there is still so much beauty. You just have to be brave enough to see it.
It's wild. I literally thought the commercial was fake when I first saw it. Turns out it's real. And they're offering it in terms of everything. If people can't pay or do something, the government would be like, I mean, hey, if you can't do X, Y, and Z, might as well just kill yourself. And it's so messed up. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. But we're gonna get into this video, and we're gonna see what this disabled veteran has to say about it.
For Christine Gauthier, the fight to get a wheelchair lift in her home has been an uphill battle.
I have to crawl down the stairs on my butt with the wheelchair in front of me to be able to access my house.
While pleading her case to a Veterans Affairs case manager over the phone in 2019, she was told something that would leave her feeling shocked.
If things are so hard at this point and you just can't keep going on, and you know we can assist you with aid to die.
And she's not the only one. For Christine Gauthier,
Did y'all hear that? We can assist you with the aid to die. Canada, man, y'all remember when Trump took office and so many Americans that didn't like it was just like, I can't stand this, I ain't moving to Canada. Canada's where it's at. Y'all want to move to Canada now? Y'all want to move to Canada now? They sound crazy over there. First off, you can't even have guns over there like that. I know somebody, so that might be area based, because somebody in my Christian group did say you can have guns because they have it. But then somebody else was like, no, we don't have guns over here. So that might be area based. But I ain't living nowhere where I can't have some guns to protect myself. I'm going to be real with you. I'm that type of person. But there's an article I want to go over with y'all as well that speaks on this. And it is crazy. All right, as you guys can see, this is from a site called Deseret News. I've never been here before. But it says, perspective. Poor people are dying because of Canada's lax euthanasia laws. Canadians have the right to die, but do they have the right to live in the face of medical challenges? And that has been an issue this whole year in Canada. They're trying to make it normal that if you can't, like if you're struggling to live and you're in poverty, they're making it seem like you got to kill yourself so it can be better. It makes no sense. But we'll get into the article. It was June 2016 when euthanasia was legalized in Canada, where it is called MAID, which stands for Medical Assistance in Dying. Canada was not the first country to embrace euthanasia. Belgium and the Netherlands were the first to legalize the practice in 2002. Luxembourg and Colombia followed, then Canada, and in 2021, Spain and New Zealand have become the latest countries to do so. See, I didn't even know about Spain or New Zealand. I knew about the other ones, though, because I had to do a paper about it when I was in college. That makes 7 countries in total, plus several states in Australia. 10 U.S. states, plus Washington, D.C., allow assisted suicide, but none allow euthanasia, death administered by a physician. Okay. As in the other countries, Canada's turn toward euthanasia came after a high-profile case that drew great sympathy, that of Gloria Taylor, who suffered from ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. She argued, and the court agreed, that if she was not disabled, she could choose suicide. But that being extremely disabled meant she did not, practically speaking, have the same choice to commit suicide, unless she could be assisted by physicians. Somewhat ironically, Taylor died of natural causes before the need for MAID arose. The Canadian Parliament then enshrined MAID in law. That's weird. She fought to die that way, but then just died of natural causes. But then they passed it anyways. I'm telling y'all, how many times I gotta tell y'all? We know who runs this realm. If you're religious and you watch my channel, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's evil. All this is evil. At the time, many were worried where the new law would lead. Few could have foreseen how quickly problems would develop, despite a Canadian court ruling that opined the fact that doubts have been raised is one thing, but any possible slippery slope remains theoretical. There is no indication that a permissive regime in Canada with properly designed and administered safeguards cannot protect vulnerable people from abuse and error. Oh, Canada. Consider the case of Canadian Amir Farsod. Farsod is 54 and suffers from debilitating back pain. He qualifies for MAID because his condition is considered serious. His decline cannot be reversed, and he experiences suffering that cannot be relieved under conditions that you consider acceptable. His condition is not terminal. It was not required to be terminal for his application to be approved under Canadian law, though 2 independent practitioners, doctor or nurse practitioner, must approve the application. Not counting those who died during the application process, 93% of applications were approved last year. You know how crazy that is? My man, let's go back up here. He suffers from debilitating back pain. And instead of just being like, hey, let's figure out how to treat this to at least make life as bearable as possible until it's your time to go, they just like, oh, you 54 with back pain? Get him out of here. Pack him up. we can assist you with all of that, sir. You know how wild that is? I can see if this was terminal and he wanted to put it on his own timeline. I personally still don't agree with that, but that would make more sense in this case. If he's just like, oh, the doctor says I'm terminally ill. I only got like a year left. I don't want to thug it out for a year, right? I just want to go now. I would understand that over this. This makes no sense. Like I said, I don't agree with it either way, because we know of people where doctors have been like, oh, you only got a couple months. You only got like 1 to 2 years. And they go on to still live long, fulfilling lives. So it don't make sense. None of this makes sense. There's also another story where a couple was thinking about together just ending it because they didn't have the money for their back pain medicine. And they went to go talk to the government about it to get on some form of like financial assistance to see, or like a medical program or something. And they was just like, well, y'all could just end it all. It's like, what? That don't even make sense. None of that makes sense. None of it at all. But we gonna get back to this. It says straightforward, not in the least. It turns out that Farsad was being evicted from his rooming house because it was being put up for sale. The low level of government benefits Farsad was receiving meant he would become homeless. That's sad. He decided that he would rather die than live in a shelter. Oh, my man. Oh, no. However, once a GoFundMe successfully raised $60,000 towards housing costs, Farsad announced he did not want to die after all. That's crazy. The fact that him being evicted, and he was on low-level government benefits, so he didn't have enough money for a house. So what I'm about to say, it's not ideal, right? But we've seen enough people do videos on YouTube about living in vans, living in cars. I've even seen people live in storage units. I'm not gonna lie to you. I already have my own exit plan if things ever were to get that bad for me on how I would be a functioning homeless person. I would rather do all of those things than to be in a shelter or on the street if I have some sort of money coming in, right? This is only if you have money coming in. If you have no money coming in at all, you really don't have many options. But if you have some form of money coming in, I would do any of that, right? But even so, let's just say I had to be like, okay, you're going to the streets or a shelter. I would still figure out a game plan for that before just being like, what? I got to go to the streets? Y'all could just kill me. I'm out of here. Crazy how once he got some money, he was just like, oh, no, I'm good. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. All of this is messed up. All of this is messed up. Having that type of mentality, that's cool that people donated that money to him. He might also need to go sit down with a psychiatrist. Because to want to go straight to death because you on the streets, nah. Nah. Back to the article. Farsad commented, if society is concerned about people like me and like the 500,000 other people on government benefits and poverty, then bring them out of poverty. That's the obvious solution. If they were out of poverty and if they had a roof over their head and food in their mouths, I guarantee you MAID wouldn't be a consideration. The whole debate would become superfluous. Another woman openly stated, I've applied for MAID essentially because of objective poverty. This is sad. But like the stories I told you and the story we just watched with the lift, they basically like, oh, you poor? Go ahead and get up out of here. I want to share one more thing with y'all too. Y'all see this? This is from Canada too. Medically assisted deaths could save millions in healthcare spending. Y'all know how sad this is? You know what this reminded me of? Stacey Abrams saying how killing your baby can save a whole bunch of money.
Right now, we are walking away so often from the real issues that people care about. Abortion is an economic issue. It's been reduced to this idea of a culture war. But for women in Georgia, this is very much a question of whether they're going to end up in poverty.
Like, we could save so much more money if people just utilized abortion more. She said something to that effect, and it was wild and stupid and crazy. This is Canada, y'all. This is Canada. I couldn't live there. I'm gonna be real with you. I couldn't live there. That's sad. The fact that they think the issue to the problem is death and killing people. These people are evil. I told y'all, these people are evil. We know who runs this realm. Satan runs this realm. Just straight evilness. And they trying to make it like it's normal too. It's like, oh, you a little broke? Off yourself. Like, it's sad. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so I never miss. Why would I miss? So you never miss when I drop a video. And check my community tabs from time to time to stay updated with everything we got going on. And until next time, you already know who it is. It's Sang.